someone?
Fuck, no. Sorry.
Oh Lord, what a man. That was my reaction when I saw Gary in the shower. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So Off Campus is a new series that just dropped on Prime Video. It's a college romance agreement, fake relationship, which later turns into a real relationship. So Hannah is a musical student at Broya U campus, and she's a female lead, and there are a couple of male leads. Garrett Graham is the male lead of Off Campus. So Hannah aces a test in class. She's the only person that gets an A plus. So Garrett, who happened to be sitting behind her, saw her paper, and so after class he approached her and called her. I think he called her Mona. Mona, like I'm sorry, who is that? I said you. I said, my name is not Mona. So he approached her for her to tutor him. She refused the first time. I mean, he was very persistent. So later she agreed to tutor him, and Hannah has a crush on an artist. Well, he's also a student, but he sings. His name is Justin. So later, Garrett and Hannah go into an agreement that Garrett will help Hannah land Justin, and then Hannah will intend to tutor Garrett. Yeah, so that's the beginning of the relationship. Off Campus is so good. I was so hooked from episode 1. If you haven't watched it, you should definitely watch it. Yeah, so that's the beginning of their relationship. So he starts giving her tips on how to get the attention of Justin, and then he told her that guys like Justin, they want what someone else has. By the way, the opening scene of the show starts with Hannah. I think she cleans part-time at the school. So she was cleaning and she entered the male washroom, where the athletes take a shower after they finish playing. And guess who was in the shower? Garrett. He was naked. And oh, the show there's his ass. This show is PG-21, by the way, because there's a lot of nudity and sex. A lot of sex scenes. I don't think you should watch this with a parent or an adult. It will get uncomfortable or awkward real quick. So he realizes there's someone in the shower, so he turns around. You see, he turns halfway and he notices Hannah. He doesn't know who she is, by the way. And then he turns around. Oh, and full frontal. Yeah. They don't show us everything below his waist, but the way he turned, he really has confidence in his goods. He really has confidence. I mean, if you realize there's someone in the shower, what's your first reaction would to be to maybe like cover yourself or something? No, not Garrett. He tends to give it a show, the full frontal show. Yeah. And his arms. Hannah, babe, I understand you. Yeah, so that's how the relationship starts. And later, Hannah has a proposition for Garrett. She goes to him and tells him to give her an orgasm. Yeah, exactly. I've never heard that before. By the way, Hannah was raped when she was in high school. She was roofied at a party and then she was raped. So since then, anytime she tries to do something with a guy, she freezes. So later, as she becomes friends with Garrett and then the fake relationship, they've made the campus page or campus Instagram page. They've been posted and things. She starts to trust him, and so she feels he'd be the right person to sleep with for the first time. So that's why she goes to him and proposes that he gives her an orgasm. So in order to ask for that from him, she has to tell him the reason why. And so she ends up telling him what happened to her when she was in high school and why she had to leave the town that she was in. Now she's at school in a different town. And so he agrees. At that time, he started liking her, so he agrees to do that. And then he goes to his friend. Who did he go? He went to Dean. Dean is a Garrett was a fuck boy. before Hannah, same as his friend Dean. There are four boys: Garrett, Dean, Logan, and Tucker. They are in their dorm together. I think there are only four in that house. So he goes to Dean, who is a fellow fat boy, and asking for his opinion that a girl wants him to do something special with him. And the guy was like, "Is it Hannah?" I said, "No, no, no, Hannah." I was like, "Okay, the girl that is not Hannah has asked this. That means she trusts you, so you should go all out and make it memorable for her." So I think that's when he realizes that he likes Hannah, because he was thinking of how to make it memorable for her, how to make her feel super comfortable with him, how to make it special for her. He realizes then that he likes her. I mean, anytime she tried to talk to Justin or try to make a move, he comes and blocks it. He blocks her chances, and then he will tell her, "Oh no, let me teach you how this is done. This is how you get Justin's attention." And it worked. She did get Justin's attention. Justin wanted to get to know her later on, but at that time she was also falling in love with Garrett, so it never happened with Justin, because by that time she had fallen in love with Garrett. So one day she went into a room and she was singing, and Garrett ran into the room and they confessed and they kissed, and then Garrett Graham, who did not do a relationship, was now in a relationship with Hannah. His nickname for her was Wellesley. She's called Hannah Wells. So he added SRSY, so Hannah Wellesley. She hated that name at the beginning, but later she came to love it. It was like his nickname for her. So Hannah has a friend, Ali, who is also her roommate in college. Yes. She also has a whole side thing that will happen with Dean later on. I'll get to that. So Hannah, I think during Thanksgiving, Gary decides to take Hannah to his home for Thanksgiving. He asked her whether she would love to come with him. I said, "Oh yes, I'd love to come with you." So they go to his home for Thanksgiving. He didn't want to go because guess what? His dad is abusive. His dad abused his mother to death. I mean, he didn't beat her to death, but I mean, she fell sick, and then he died. She died. She fell sick, and then she died. But if not for the sickness, I'm sure this man would have been the one to death. He was violent and abusive. I mean, hockey is a pretty violent game. As Hannah told Graham, it's one of the games that they reward violence. Yeah. So he didn't have a good relationship with his dad because of his dad's abusive nature and how he abused his mom, and he was very tough on him, to forcing him to play hockey at such a young age. Like, there was no resting day for him, because the dad, according to the dad, he wanted him to be good. So no, that's how it is with all these young athletes and actresses. Sometimes they get parents who are very forceful on them, so sometimes they become the best at what they do, but they end up hating their parents. It's real. Parental abuse is real. Yeah, so he did not want to go for Thanksgiving, but the dad begged that, oh, he has a new fiance, Cindy, and so Cindy would really love to have him over because she wants to meet him, and so he decided to go. And then when they were sharing the grace, they stretched their hands. Cindy put her hand in his hand, and then he opened his eyes midway through the prayer, and then he turned, and then he saw marks on her wrist. I said, wow. Nearly got so angry. I think Cindy could feel it, so she just opened her eyes and saw that he had seen the marks on her wrist. Then he said, "No, we are done." He squeezed Hannah's hand. "Let's go, let's get out of here." He told her that we are leaving. So he always had this fear that he would be like his dad, like he would get, because he also has this pent up anger in him. So I feel like he felt he would become like his father one day and get abusive. And actually he did. He did. One day, Hannah told him and Hannah revealed the person who raped her to Garrett. And guess what? He happened to be playing a game with that guy at that moment. So he got so angry. He attacked. Well, before Hannah told him that was the guy was whooping the ass of his teammates on the ice. So that had already been building up, but the anger was already building up, and then he found out that was the guy that raped Hannah. He got so angry. He just pushed the guy to the ground and pummeled him. The guy was bleeding and they came, hey, what's up, what's up, what's up? And they removed him. They lifted him off of the guy and he was suspended because of that violent act. He felt so bad after. He felt that he has become like his dad. He felt he's like his father. And he said he didn't want to hurt Hannah and that I was going to become somebody like his dad and Hannah would be like his mom. So he broke up with Hannah. What? Oh, the way Hannah cried, she got her first broken heart from Garrett. Yeah, and then because of the rape, she couldn't write. As I said, she is a music student. Because of the rape, she stopped writing lyrics and songs. She couldn't, she lost her scholarship and she had to enter a showcase that will let her win. If she won, she'll be able to get money to be able to afford remaining in school. So she entered a showcase, but she tried. She couldn't write the lyrics. So she later enlisted the help of Justin to write a song. It didn't give her the feel that she wanted to have. So later, she started to tell Justin that it's not working. She did tell him and he was so annoyed. He said this is a great song that he has written, but Hannah was not getting the feeling that the music teacher described to her that she has to get from the song. So she ended and decided to write the song herself. And then she dropped out of the showcase because she felt she couldn't do it on time. And later, after the broken heart, she started talking to Garrett, became friends again. She was able to finally write the song. And then she decided that she wants to enter the showcase. So she thought she had been taken about. So when she went to the music teacher and told him that, oh, I'm here, I want to do it, the teacher told her that they couldn't reprint the program again on whose budget. So she was still in the showcase. So she went to perform. And then Garrett and his friends came to watch. It was nice. It was nice. And then they reconciled and they kissed. There are lots of our moments in this film. The first one for me was when Hannah realized she was falling for Garrett. And when Garrett also realized that he had fallen for Hannah. And then the second one was when Hannah revealed herself to her friend that she was the one that was raped. And her friend Ali was like, you're the friend. I was like, what? How do you know? It's like, and Ali said, I felt you were the friend, but I wanted you to tell me in your own time. That's so sweet. You're such a good friend. Female friendship these days, ugh, the streets aren't smiling. So if you get a friend like Ali, someone that you can be very open and vulnerable to, I think is rare. Later, Garrett also did not want to tell any of his friends what was happening at home. His best friend was Logan. Later, he ended up also confiding in Logan, which was also sweet. Logan was also there for him. It was nice. Yeah. Oh, Ali and Dean. They also had a little side story going on. I hope to see more of their story next season, because I think it will be very interesting. Ali is a girl who can't stay single. She loves love. I love love too. Whereas Ali has to be in a relationship. I am perpetually single. But Ali cannot stay single to save her life. She always must be in a relationship. So she breaks up with her boyfriend and they get back together and they'll break up and again. This time around, she decided that she's finally done. No more getting back together. She's done with relationship. She decided that this time around she's done with relationships, and she's also not a fat girl, so she can't just have sex with someone. So she said that that's what she actually decided to do. She was just going to just have fun, play around, no strings attached, no emotions, to test it out. And so she started a thing with Dean, and then guess what? Dean also fell for her, and she realized they were having sort of a situationship turning into a relationship. So she told Dean to go and sleep with others. Sorry. She told Dean to sleep with others and she wants to do the same. Dean didn't want to and Dean didn't, but she did. She met this hot guy at the bar. Then later she met him again. Then she decided to sleep with him. No strings attached. The guy was down for it. And guess what? The day Dean decided to confess to Hannah, she told him, I completed the assignment. which was to sleep with someone else. And she said, I did. And Dean was shocked. He was like, who did you sleep with? And then she saw the guy enter the bar where they were celebrating after a game. They had a successful game, so they were celebrating. They were all there, the boys from school, some of their classmates, Hannah, Dean, and their friends, Ali. So the new guy that Ali slept with enters the bar, and guess who he is? He is Hunter Davenport, the rival of Dean. Dean immediately got so angry and went to go and fight Hunter. Punched the guy. He punched back. He went into it. Ali was just standing there shocked, like, oh my God, what have I done? And that's where it ended. I think season 2 will probably be Dean and Ali's story. I like Dean's name. His name is Dean De Laurentiis. It reminds me of Alison De Laurentiis, Pretty Little Lies. And I think the cast was so hot. Garrett, Dean, Logan. Hannah too is pretty. She has very thick brows. Lash. You know who she reminds me of? Brooke Shields. Yeah. Do you see it? Do you see it? I see it. Yeah. I really enjoy it. I think they had chemistry. And I'm excited to see more of Ali and Dean's story next semester. So, yeah, this series was so good. It reminded me of early 2000s, 2010s kind of movies or series. Recently, I've been watching 2000s, 1990s movies for that old school feeling. And it gave me that. It's such a comfort series, and I really enjoyed it. It's been a while since I've enjoyed a high school or college series, and it was so good. It's a hit. Have you watched it? Let me know your thoughts about the characters in the show, and then the actors that played the characters. If you haven't, you should watch it. You would love it. It will make you fall in love. You feel like falling in love. Yeah, it was so good. You should watch it if you haven't watched it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.